Ms. Rayford, you say Mr. Freeman's inability to be honest has landed you smack in the middle of a love triangle that produced your 8-month-old son, Terry, whom he now denies. You say that after begging you to have his child, Mr. Freeman abruptly left your relationship, returned to his fiancé, and started denying your baby. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Mr. Freeman, you say Ms. Rayford was nothing more than a fling who is now obsessed with you and your fiancé, Ms. Triplett. You claim that during your brief time with Ms. Rayford, she was sleeping with multiple men, and there is no way you are her son's father. Is that correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
All right, so Ms. Rayford, Terry is 8 months old. What has Mr. Freeman done for him?
Mr. Freeman hasn't done nothing. He has been a deadbeat. He refused to step up to the plate ever since he got with this Miss Triplett.
Hold on, first of all,
Ladies. All right, I'm awake now. That erupted from 0 to 100 in less than 1 second.
Wow.
Let's bring it down a notch.
I just want the world to know today that this is his son, so he can step up and be the man he needs to be for his first child, his son, Terry Michelle Rayford, and the name needs to be changed to Freeman. You need to grow up and be a man.
Hold on.
Don't let this woman dictate to you about being a father.
Your Honor.
Hold on.
Just be there for your son. You like to clown, your son will love it. He loves to laugh and play. Play with him and not me. He knows he's a father. It's not an issue of paternity. It's an issue of him being responsible.
Miss Triplett, give me a minute. Miss Rayford, just look at me.
Offense.
Listen. I know why you're upset.
Lord have mercy.
And I'm letting you kind of scream it out because I can see how frustrated you are.
I am. I really am.
So now listen.
Sorry, Your Honor. Bring it on down.
I want to hear from Mr. Freeman because
Yes.
Miss Rayford has made some very strong accusations about your being irresponsible to this child. Is this because you do not believe Terry is your biological son?
I don't believe he's my son. I tried multiple times to come to Trina's house and deliver stuff. I brought things for the child, you know what I'm saying? And she's neglecting me, told me I don't need your stuff.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Rayford, has Mr. Freeman taken things over to Terry and you told him you don't need his stuff?
Are you referring to when you brought that dresser thing?
Nah, he referring to the stuff that he bought with Pampers, clothes, and stuff like that. Girl, stop playing.
So you know every move that
I
man
fixed
make,
up.
huh?
Nope, I
Hold
thought
on.
he made a wrong move when he went over there
Hold on.
Oh, you jealous. You wish that was your
Jealous?
son, huh?
How can I be
you wish
jealous?
that was your son, huh? You
Miss
remember them tears you
Rayford,
cried?
Miss Rayford.
And how can I be jealous?
Miss Rayford, focus on me.
The only thing I refused was on this particular day, he was saying that he had came by once and he had bought a few items for the baby.
So in your mind, when he brought those things, he was accepting Terry. He was saying, this is for the baby.
Yeah, he had been accepting Terry. He was there at the hospital. He said, yeah, he looks just like me. He said, I acknowledge it's my son.
No, he didn't, Your Honor. He said
you
that
don't
baby
know where
looked
he
Chinese.
said.
Hold on, hey,
said
Miss
that baby looked
Triplett,
Chinese. I
Miss
was right there,
Triplett,
too. There she go.
Miss Triplett, I'm gonna give you all a chance
Like
to
she was
respond.
there in a room with us.
So, Miss Rayford,
I know you wish you was.
Miss Rayford,
Ain't no way I would, you nasty tramp.
Miss Ray, hold on.
Your mama's not here.
Listen, ladies, you all are making fools of yourselves. This is absolutely ridiculous. Mr. Freeman, why are you here?
I'm here today to prove that I'm not Trina's baby daddy. Me and Trina was together. It was only just a fling. Trina was still having sex with multiple guys. She's obsessed with me.
He believes you were still having sex with other people. Is that true?
No, it's not true. We met in December. We met on a dating site.
A dating site.
And Miss Triplett, I'm gonna ask you while she's testifying, just keep your little church
Yes, ma'am, Your
choir
Honor.
talking. Just stop.
Yes, ma'am.
Just stop. Y'all both too old for this.
Amen.
Now, answer the question.
We met in December on a dating site. It was New Year's, and I wasn't expecting a baby and all these shenanigans out of the situation. So I picked him up, and we hung out, brought in New Year's. We had a good time. Now, I came from California to Memphis. And when I came to Memphis, I met two men, and I probably should have went with the first, but he was the second one. The first, and the relationship kind of overlapped.
Okay.
I am mature enough to know that, you know, when you have sex, you wear a condom. And so I did do that with the other guy in January. So fast forward, he decided, because he had knew about the other guy because I told him. And so he said, well, I want to be with you exclusively. And we were planning on moving in together, which by the end of February, we did.
Miss Triplett, if you got a cough you can't control, we can send you home and
Yes,
you can
ma'am.
deal with it and get you some medicine.
Okay. I might need that.
Okay,
after this.
we can.
Yes, ma'am.
I've asked you at least 2 times now. Just stop being ignorant. Huh. Just stop. If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. Miss Rayford, so you all decided in February, y'all said, oh, now we're gonna be in a committed relationship.
Yes.
How do we end up here?
Okay, I had to go to California and take care of some business. And so we were living together at the time. So he didn't have money for a plane ticket, and because we were expecting a child, it was not responsible to buy him a plane ticket where he didn't need to go, where he had a job.
So you're pregnant.
Yes, I'm pregnant. By this time, end of February, I'm pregnant.
Your Honor, she was not pregnant before she went to California.
Okay, stop. Now this is where it gets interesting. Now, Miss Triplett, I want to know from you.
Yes, ma'am.
Were you with Mr. Freeman during
Yes.
the time that in February?
Yes, ma'am,
You
I
all
was.
had started dating.
Yes.
And having sex.
Yes.
So now, Miss Rayford, when you went to California, you were already pregnant.
I never saw proof that she was pregnant.
She never told you she was pregnant.
Never told me.
Now, Miss Triplett, do you remember hearing anything about Miss Rayford being pregnant at the end of February?
I had heard of it, but he never pertained to me that she showed any proof. to
How
him.
did you hear it?
From Terry and her telling Terry.
But Mr. Freeman, you said you didn't know anything about a pregnancy. So how could you tell Miss Triplett?
Because he was trying to keep it real with me because we was trying to get our stuff back together.
So now we see what's going on.
So you said your man is a liar.
Hold on.
No.
Mr. Freeman, you were going back and forth between these 2 women all this time. No wonder you so quiet. But now we know you all both got everything to do with it.
While I was gone to California, he was back fraternizing with her, gambling, hoarding, being irresponsible.
Did you go out with anybody, date anybody,
No,
or sleep
I'm
with anybody?
pregnant. I wasn't thinking about no other man. My man was supposed to be in Memphis. We were living together.
All right, hold on. You submitted a calendar to the court, and I
Yes,
want to
I did.
understand what this calendar shows.
Okay.
This calendar says, can you explain to
Yes.
the court what it says?
Okay, February 15th, I'm gonna use that date, my birthday, that we had sex, although it was a busy month.
Wait a minute, a busy month? How busy was it?
Oh, it was too busy. It was too busy because by the end of it, I was pregnant. I was finding out I was pregnant.
When
We
you
was
said
caught
busy,
up.
you
It
thought
was
you was
good.
the other
I ain't
guy.
gonna lie. It's good. 2 minutes at a time is good. That's why I'm here. You know, I messed up. God forgive me. This is my punishment, and I take that. But I learned my lesson. I'm on birth control, and I'm gonna get baptized because this is just too hard. I'm sorry. I don't deserve this. All of this.
Okay, Jerome, look, whatever leads them to the Lord, right? You know what? Lean on the
Amen.
Lord. That's all I can say.
Man.
Yes, Lord. So let's go to the next page. Let's go to the next page of your calendar.
Okay, so the conception window. Okay, the baby was born November 7th, and I have some more proof of the conception window, which is between the 9th and the 15th. That covers his birthday, Valentine's Day, and my birthday.
So the bottom line is your testimony and your evidence shows that Terry's birthday of November 7th puts the window of conception at the very week that you say you all were extremely sexually active because it was your birthday, his birthday, and Valentine's Day fell all in the same.
Yeah, that's why I say it's not an issue of paternity because he may lie, he lied, she lied, but
And
that
you
ain't
lying
lying.
too.
That ain't lying. The
that ain't his dad.
DNA test ain't lying. Everything matches up to what I'm saying. I don't have no reason to lie on this man.
Listen. Mr. Freeman, as you look at this timeline, is it your testimony you were not intimate with Ms. Rayford at all between February 9th through the 14th?
It probably was a couple of days, but I always...
Wait, hold on. Don't start mumbling. Don't start mumbling.
I always wrapped up.
Hold on, Mr. Freeman. You said what?
We probably had sex a couple of times, but I always used a condom.
You couldn't afford
Okay.
no condom.
So, wait a minute. Were you also still with Miss Triplet at this time?
Yes.
Wow.
All right. So now you are admitting you were basically having sex with Miss Triplet and with Miss Rayford at the same time.
It was only just a fling.
Well, look,
You say
flings,
that now.
listen. Flings produce babies. If you don't know that, now you know. You said you had additional doubt based upon a phone call.
Yes.
Which phone call is this?
She called me talking about it's a possibility the baby's might not be yours. You had sex with another guy and all this.
Were you alone when you got this call?
No, I was laying right beside.
What happened, Miss Triplet?
Yes, Your Honor, I was laying right beside my territory. That's my territory. You cannot have
Yes, it is.
him.
Yes, it is.
So hold on.
Yes, Your Honor, she was drunk at confession. I might be another man's baby, Terry. You're not the daddy. Somebody else might be the daddy. You know, of that where. That's where at the beginning that where it was. He never was the daddy from the beginning. So why you just can't wake up and stop being so obsessed over my territory and leave us the heck alone and go on with your life?
Ms. Rayford, is that true?
No. She have came around. His family has been supportive of me. So what are you talking about? They pulling up stuff from everywhere. From the chair there, in his pocket, they pockets and purses, just any excuse. Anything but the right thing would do.
Because you feel like that they just don't want him to be the father.
They don't want to be responsible.
So listen.
I don't want to be, period.
Thank
with
you.
you.
You don't want to be the father.
Okay,
Yes.
so wait.
You don't want to be.
Listen.
Just be honest. Just say what it really is.
Calm down. I will
Yeah,
say that a part of there was authenticity in a part of what I just saw from Mr. Freeman's testimony. And you looked over at her and you were just like, you don't want to be the father. You don't want to be bothered with her.
Not at all.
And I can tell that. But what I have not in this courtroom seen is definitive testimony, besides maybe this phone call that it's still in question whether it happened. But you keep saying what you don't want to be. Mm-hmm. And that has no bearing on the DNA. So your hope today is that you are not Terry's father, even though this child has your name. You don't want to be this child's father.
I can't deal with Trina.
Why you can't deal with me?
Trina is too much.
All right.
Why am I
So
too much?
hold on.
I just asked you
She
to
lied
be
to me.
responsible.
When we
Hold
first-
on. So it's not that you don't want to be Terry's father. It's just that you have reservations and you are concerned and you really don't want to deal with Ms. Rayford because of the relationship.
Find
Okay.
me some honesty.
All right. Oh, that's what we've got for you. Some honesty. Some truth.
Happiness.
Absolute truth. Jerome, the envelope, please.
Yes.
These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Rayford versus Freeman, when it comes to 8-month-old Terry Rayford, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Freeman,
Yes.
you
Are.
Not.
Keep hope alive. But you wrong today.
are the father.
No! Hell no, we cannot go through 17 more years of this woman.
See, something wrong.
We cannot do this.
Something wrong with you. See,
No, something wrong with
that girl.
Yeah, something wrong with me.
Hold on,
That's why you
listen.
had problems for me, because something wrong with her, and
It's
I'm
on
not
now.
subjecting my child to that.
Listen, you're his father, just like Miss Rayford said you were.
And you just lie. You do this to me for what? For what?
Well, it doesn't matter anyways no more, Judge. We get
It
what we
does
came
matter.
for.
It
So let's
does
move
matter.
forward. You gonna be
Ladies.
done.
Ladies, when I read that result, and Miss Triplett, you went to screaming, no, 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 I thought to myself, oh, Mr. Freeman got decisions to make.
It ain't with me.
Hold on. Now it's my time to talk.
Yes, Your Honor.
I am concerned
Me too.
that this child is going to be subjected to this level of toxic behavior. At this point, Mr. Freeman and Terry Jr.,
The third.
they're a package. So he your Terry, well this your Terry, he the third.
Yeah, sure.
No, I'm serious. I'm not being funny here. So you gotta change your attitude. Or like I said, Mr. Freeman, you got a decision to make. As soon as I read that result, that became your son. And you better stand up and make sure people know how to respect your son and respect his space and treat him with honor and dignity. Now, Miss Rayford, you ain't off the hook. Cause I know you over there crying cause you done been through a lot, but you gotta get yourself together.
I know.
Cause there are men who don't see their sons and their kids because the women are over there acting like you. And guess who loses out?
The child.
The child. Ms. Lee, you have come to court today with one goal in mind, to prove to Mr. Green that he fathered your 3-year-old son, Kingston. You say Mr. Green has denied your son from the moment you got pregnant, but today his denial will end. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Green, you say you know exactly who Kingston's father is, and it's not you. It's Ms. Lee's sugar daddy, who's more than twice her age. So, Ms. Lee, you say Mr. Green is denying Kingston.
Yes, ma'am.
Explain.
Mr. Green has been denying my child since day one. He's been denying him for 3 years. He has never came around like he's supposed to. I have to call. I have to do so much to get this man into my child's life. But at the end of the day, I just want him to step up.
And Kingston is 3 years old.
Kingston's 3. He just turned 3 June 3rd.
So this
And he didn't do nothing for his birthday either.
I try to meet her
When?
halfway, but her attitude is just...
My attitude has nothing to do with you
it's messed
stepping up for your child.
It's messed up. And I try to reach out to her several times. She don't want to meet me in the middle. She always give me some runaround excuse after excuse. You know what I mean? It don't make sense.
And so you're saying, Mr. Green, even though you have doubt, you still have made an effort in your mind.
And somewhat, you know, I try to meet her halfway as far as, you know, taking the DNA test and things like that. But at the point me and her was talking, it was back and forth. We was never in no stable relationship. She knew I had a girlfriend already. She tried to break me up from that, and I told her
He moved into my home. So if I try to break him up, why are you in my home?
Your Honor, she knew I had a girlfriend. She even tried to call
He
me
knew he had a
girlfriend.
girlfriend, so that's his problem.
She knew it too.
That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Like,
that ain't got nothing
So
to do with
how
me.
did you explain to your girlfriend you lived in the house with Ms. Lee?
Oh, he couldn't. I called her.
she did.
Oh,
From his phone. So, yeah, I called the girl, woke him out his sleep and made him start talking and didn't let him know she was on the phone until the end of the conversation to let her know, yeah, your dude over here and I'm pregnant. You know,
Whoa.
It is what it is.
so in your mind, you knew you weren't really in a relationship with him, but you thought he was trying to play both sides.
Right.
Before I got there, she had already was back. She told me she was back and forth between some other dudes. She didn't know if it was his or mine at first.
Okay, wait.
I slept
Okay.
with another dude. Yes, I did. I slept with another dude one time with a condom. And only one time,
I
his
don't
little
even know
2
that.
minutes wasn't doing nothing. So at the end of the day,
I don't
yes,
even know
I
that.
did go out and go.
Your Honor, she's on Facebook making a crazy posts talking about some who out here got the best D and talking about other men, stuff like that.
Wait, you got...
Your Honor, I got evidence right here.
let me
Your
see
Honor.
this evidence. Jerome,
Oh, he just seen.
you submitted to the court Facebook post from Ms. Lee that say, is it wrong to have choices on men and blank all on the first day just in case the D ain't good? Just asking.
Oh, that's
That's
a
her.
question. That was recently. And that's not when King was born, 2015 now.
Okay, and
That
you
wasn't
submitted
before he
another...
got conceived either.
And you submitted another question, raise of hands. Who got the good D?
I want to know who got it.
Come on now.
I'm single. I'm
She was
single.
advertising
I want to
like,
know who
I don't
got
know who
it.
she with. Me and her were just friends with benefits. So I don't know.
So
want
in
to
your
know
mind,
that.
Mr. Green, when you see these posts, you say, she's out with whoever got the good D.
Yeah, basically.
I was out with.
Basically.
That was recently.
And you admittedly say, that's what I'm looking for, that's what I have.
I don't sugarcoat nothing. It is what it is, but I just want him to step up because at the end of the day, he knows that he's doing wrong. I can count on my hands how many times he has seen his child. How I made him come, we end up sleeping in a hotel together. You know what I'm saying? So he can watch his child. I mean, I'm trying to make him be a father.
So you're at the point that you've even had to sleep with him?
Right. Do you
To
remember?
get him to come around?
That's not true, Your Honor.
You got a smirk on your face, Mr. Green.
Because he knows.
No, because I
He's
went over there. I
addicted.
went over there, but we didn't do nothing.
We did something.
Your Honor, she just wanted me to come. She said she wanted me to come over and watch him. You know, keep an eye on him, and she wanted to spend some time with him. And the position I was in at the time, he couldn't come to my place because her and my girlfriend, they had problems.
Right.
She just don't like nobody on which she wants me to
My
herself.
child.
Period. That's what it boils down to. It's more than just a child.
I'm not asking for money from him. I'm asking for time from him.
Right.
So this.
Right. So Ms. Lee, I want you to take me back. So you find out you're pregnant. What happens? Do you tell him immediately?
When I found out I was pregnant, I took a pregnancy test, and I told him that I was pregnant. And then I guess he didn't believe me, so he took me to the clinic, and they told him I was pregnant. That paper don't lie. So when he found out, he denied right then and there.
She also had some old dude she was talking to, paid for the baby shower.
My dad was in my home.
He buys her clothes and stuff.
Father.
Like, who does that for nothing?
He knew.
Like, he
that was
does
my father.
it.
Now, when he
That was
talking
your
about an
father?
incident when I came out, I ain't gonna lie, I had came out of my sugar daddy's car one day. He
So
dropped
you
me
do have a
off.
sugar daddy?
Yeah, I got me a good sugar daddy. My sugar daddy been there for 10 years, have never, ever left my side. I would never leave him. He come way before this. We've never had sex before. You know, he might want some pictures.
But
Oh!
Hey, pictures and pictures and something else is totally, sex and pictures are totally different. So yeah, I send pictures. Hey.
This sugar daddy paid for the baby shower too.
baby
sure
shower, he
did.
buys clothes for him.
He
He does
sure
everything.
did. Where were you? You ain't bought nothing. You should be surprised another dude is doing something. You should be happy. Applaud him.
You know what, Your Honor, on top of that, prior to me, I knew her 3 years prior to this. She
Yes,
told
you
me
did. We were
since I
together.
known her, she could never get pregnant because she had a hernia. And so all of a sudden you pop up pregnant, you're like, where did this come from?
And he believed it though. I did tell
Like,
him
come on.
Miss
Lies after
Lee!
Now it must be God. Hello?
You lied on purpose and
I
said
told him that because
3
at the
years
end of the day,
straight.
I want to continue
3 years straight.
doing stuff with him, you know, without.
Come on,
and
man.
I knew I was on
Oh,
death
so
row.
you didn't want to use a condom?
He didn't either. We did it the first day without. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. And I got pregnant because we didn't do it once. We were doing it for the whole month. So it wasn't like this is the one. You the only person I slept with. He took me to work and brought me back home. So what's this
So,
excuse?
Mr.
Who's
Green,
there?
To me, all these lies going on, I don't believe nothing she say. It's too much.
Okay.
Too much.
But at the end of the day, I really was pregnant. I just feel like when you found out I was pregnant, you should have did more. You know what I'm saying?
so when you told him you were pregnant, his response was what?
It ain't mine.
That was your first response.
You didn't say it wasn't yours?
I said, I don't know, it ain't mine.
You
I
don't know.
It's not
Okay.
mine.
So,
Where were you?
okay, I don't know, it's not mine, but you admittedly were sleeping with her unprotected.
Yes, I was, Your Honor.
But you thought she was also having sex with other people because of the way you knew her to be, very open about sex and...
I'm very open.
Yes.
But now, Kingston is 3 years old. Why have you not asked for a paternity test before?
I mean, I have several times, Your Honor. I got a chart right here.
This is an exhibit you brought?
Yes, ma'am,
Please
exhibit I
step
brought.
over and show me what this says.
Please do.
All right, first of all, he was born on June 3rd. I went to the hospital. I asked the hospital, you know, can we go ahead and get DNA testing done, whatever. So a few days later going by, she's telling me, oh, it's too soon for him to come outside. He was just born, this and that. She refused right then, Your Honor.
I refused because he was a day old.
Here comes November. I'm still asking her, like, okay, cool, I want to see him. Let's go ahead and get the DNA results done, this and that. I'm all the way out here in Douglasville. I don't have a ride. You got to come get me. I'm like, why don't I have to come get you? Why you can't meet me halfway? So she refused then, Your Honor, too.
I have text messages. I have text
Another
messages.
refusal.
She another refusal, Your Honor. Then comes June 3rd. What's just been going on for a minute? What's up with the DNA testing? Oh, I lost his birth certificate. Oh, you need to buy another one. I said, hold on. Why would I get something for something that you lost? It don't make sense. That's your responsibility to get it because
your
you're
child.
supposed to keep up with it. That was his birthday.
Kingston's
She
3,
refused again. He's 3 years
refused
old.
again.
You refused again. And so this was the last time right here
I'm
in
just
2017.
refusing, huh?
When they get to that point, she's telling me like, oh, you know, I'm about to go out of town soon. I'm finna go leave the state. She kept playing around for the whole time. At that point, I was like, I'm done with it. I done did most
So
of
June
what I could
3rd,
do.
2017.
She refused every time.
Again.
Down the road, she refused every time.
He lying on that. Point blank, I ain't refused nothing. I told him, let's go. What's up?
It sounds like to me, I mean, you all doing a whole bunch of nothing. Like, it doesn't
not-
take this long to get a DNA test.
was on
What
her.
he
She
wanted me to do was
procrastinated.
pay for it. I felt like we both had them.
I
You
told
pay
her I'd
half,
pay
I
half.
pay half. But they ain't got
But it
nothing
just
to do
feels
with it.
like, I mean, both of you all going back and forth,
We
back and
are.
forth. It's like a power play after power play. I mean, Kingston wants some Papa play.
Yeah.
Yes.
He want a daddy. So I will say this, Mr. Green, Ms. Lee has maintained consistently. I mean, she has said when she's lied, she has said when she did what she did, but she's maintained consistently throughout this hearing that you are this child's biological father. What makes you so reluctant to believe her?
I mean, cause like I said, when he was first born, she was saying, she did admit that she slept with someone. Then on top of that, after he was born, she kept asking me, oh, let me see your baby pictures. Let me get your baby pictures, trying to compare them. And once she got the baby pictures, that's when she felt like she was 100%.
Bingo.
You know,
Bingo.
she was
Don't they look like the
100%
same
sure.
baby? Look like the same baby. That's him in
That's-
the blue.
But once she seen the
and
picture,
my
that's
son
when
right
she
there.
felt more confident.
That's him.
But you can't
That's
just go off a
him.
picture, though.
So, Ms. Lee, at the end of the day, we know that the biology controls it all, that really it's about who you slept with, not who he looks like.
Right. Yes, ma'am.
And you did admit that you had sex.
Yes, ma'am.
Why are you getting upset?
Because I feel like he been through this. So why would you do that to your only child? You get what I'm saying? Me, growing up, I mean, I didn't have a father. So I feel like if you went through all this, why would you do that to your child? Why would you do that to your first? I would at least go through it first and then find out. Mr. Green don't do nothing.
I do, Your Honor. Like I said, I try to reach out to her
How many
several
times have you got your
You know what I
child?
mean? I done got him a few times.
How many
You know what I
times?
mean? Not as many as I
And
wanted to.
when I bring the
supposed
child to
because
you, do I bring the
but-
food for him? Do I bring everything for the child when he comes? Because, I mean, you ain't going to do it, so I bring it so I know my
Of course
child
I
will
would.
eat.
He always gonna be right.
So you're saying, Ms. Lee, you're comfortable too. This isn't just about, and I still want to be with him. This
don't
is,
want him.
I want my child to have his father in his life. I don't care if I have to cook the food, bring the clothes, bring him over, get him over there
Yes,
to you.
Your Honor.
That's how badly I want my
him
son
be
to
there.
have
my
a relationship.
other son don't have that. The one that he babysat, almost the whole relationship we were talking, he nannied my child. So at the end of the day, if you can do that with him, then you should be able to do that to your own child. That's the thing that's getting to me.
So you saying while you worked, he took care of your oldest child?
Oh, he did. Oh, he did. He did a very good job. So I know he's capable of being a father. He knows what I've been through. I've been raised up in foster care, you know what I'm saying? So to only have 2 kids where one don't have a father, but one live 10 minutes up the street from me. He live up the street. We live in the same almost area. He
Your Honor,
knows he's a
Your Honor,
deadbeat.
only time I feel like she really hits me up, and it's like when, oh, what you doing? Why you ain't seen your son lately? This, and that, and then she'll be like, oh, I need a babysitter. What you doing? That's the only time I feel
I
like.
do. I have
it's
to go to
more
work.
Only time she called me up is more convenient for her to go to
One
work.
of the
But it's
babysitters
not
I
when,
had
it's not
did
like I
feed
want you
my
to spend some
child.
time. It's
So when I
only
told
for
her
her.
that,
But what
you're not a babysitter, you don't babysit your own child.
I'm not a
watch your
babysitter.
child.
That's why I'm not a babysitter.
There's a difference.
But listen,
Exactly.
Mr. Green, listen. I mean, it's not so far out of the ordinary for her to say, hey, Mr. Green, can you watch the child while I go to work? Or even if she just needed a break. I mean, let's be honest, she stated in the courtroom that she trusts you because you were so good to her other child. And I also hear you, Ms. Lee, when you say, I mean, you know, growing up in foster care, there is a trauma innate in that. And I see the tears in your eyes. I believe now I understand even more why you are so persistent about this. I think it's your desire to break a generational curse. And I see that. And I think every time he doesn't show up for Kingston, it reminds you of the times when you wondered why nobody showed up for you.
At all. And that's all I want. I just want him to be in a child life. I was thinking I could have put him on child support, put abandonment warrant on, did anything I want to do. And I talked to him about it, and I said, I don't want to do that. So I give you 3 years. I done gave him 3 years to get it together. How long? It'll be 10 years in a minute. How long does it take a man to stand up? How long? But I would do anything, and I would continue doing anything just as long as he take care of his child.
All right. Well, we don't want to make you wait any longer. It's important for you and for Kingston that we get the answers, and I have them for you. Jerome? Thank you.
You're welcome.
These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Lee versus Green, when it comes to 3-year-old Kingston Lee, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Green You are the father.
Told you. I told you. Look at him. Look at him. 3 years.
You are the father.
Oh my God. Woo. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We ain't got nothing to say, do you? No apology? No nothing?
I apologize. I'm sorry.
That's who you need to apologize to. At the end of the day. That's it.
I wasn't trying to run or hide from no type of responsibility. I just wanted a little bit more clarification. You know what I mean? And the way she was living, I was uncertain. That's a lot of. I can't make up for a lot of time, but I can start now being more in his life. You know what I mean?
Now that you know.
I'm glad I got it behind me. You know?
Well, listen. And I think it's important when we talk about moving forward that we take accountability. And I think you saying that I've missed time and I will make up for that time is important. This is on you. I have taken you as far as I can take you. You came here for answers. I got those answers for you. What you do with that truth is up to you.